Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Stuffing food in my face, and then I was throwing stuff in the laundry, and then I was setting up my PC, and then it wouldn't connect to the Wi-Fi for some reason, and blah. Anyways. Hey, it's Poisson, your VTuber method gamer and nonsense enjoyer. How is everybody doing today? How is everybody doing today? I hope everyone's day has been good. My day has been not too bad. Not too bad. Been okay. I don't know. I was out and about all day yesterday, and so my body is very tired. And then, yeah, for like the first 2 hours of work, there were points where I at one point I was writing, and I tried to write a 7, or I tried to write the letter E, like a capital E, and I wrote a 7. And I don't know how, but my brain was not all there today. And then I had caffeine and a good old Monster energy drink. A good old Monster energy drink was very good. Your day was cool except for the incident. What was the incident? I don't know was the incident a good incident? Bad incident? 7 is the eth letter of the integers? No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't try to fool me. I got a degree in this. He is the first. I'm trying to combine like 7 and first. Seventh. You're taking attendance and called out someone's dead name. I mean, as long as it wasn't intentional. No reason to beat yourself up over it too much. You're okay, except you have to leave to college soon. Ah, well, that's exciting. Are you going to college like far away from home? Or is it just like is it a few hours away, or is it like another country? But what kind of going away to college are we talking? Because that could be scary and exciting, but also scary. But it could be both. And Jay, it's like I've overcorrected, like. One of my coworkers is a FTM, and as long as I've known him, like I never knew him before he transitioned, and so I would always just call him he. And one of my other coworkers called him she at one point, and that coworker's was like an old woman and whatnot, and there was nothing malicious. It was just like kind of no awareness. And so then it got in my mind. I was like, oh right, they're trans. I should correct for that. But I was already passively correcting for it. And so I was talking with someone. I was like, she. Wait, no, he. And I was like, wait. I was already normally correcting. I overcorrected and ended up back at the wrong one because, you know, I don't feel bad about the dead naming thing. It's not so far, but you have classes every day. I mean, classes every day can be good. It's something to do. It's something to fill your time. Like, classes every day feels bad until you don't have classes every day, and then you're suddenly, like the second you have a lot of work and then no work, no free, or I guess the opposite of that, or the kind of contra positive of that. Second you have no free time to tons of free time, then it feels awful. I hate free time so much. She, no, he, no, wait, they, no, wait, she's Z, wait, ah. Actually, there was a time where because you know, doggo is they, and I was talking about them, and I was like, like, I was gonna say they, but I was also talking about them like liking Bridget, I think, or I had mentioned Bridget to them, and so I was like, I had to like do several corrections because I almost started calling Bridget he because I was correcting, because in my mind Bridget is she, but then I wasn't normally correcting, and so then I overcorrected, and so I was like he, she, and then I was talking about Doggo too, and I was like he, she, he, they, and Bridget. Good old Brisket. Good old Brisket. Brisket is so much fun to play in that game. She's one of my favorite characters to play. Her and Ramlethal. That's why you're a they user. It's your stand. I am my stand is the NB stand. Yeah. I try to default to they as much as possible. Shem. I'm pretty sure that's a Bible name. Like one of Noah's kids, I think, was Shem. Let's find out. Old Testament's whack. Noah's children. Bucket. Bucket was another one of Noah's children. Yep, one of Noah's children was named Shem, and another one was named Ham. Bible's hilarious. And then, yeah, of course, Noah's third child, Bucket. What was the name of Michael Jackson's kid? Blanket. Michael Jackson's kid, I'm pretty sure, was named Blanket. Which, he was a kind of a mess of a person mentally, so you can't really blame him for doing something ridiculous like that. I don't know, I can't really, you can, I would say can't really blame him. You can understand how that gets to that situation. Yeah. I feel bad for anyone who, did I crash anyone's car today? Nope. I did not drive today. I carpooled today. Ah. This guy talking about the Bible in any capacity was not something I expected. Haha, joke's on you. I was an Orthodox Christian for the first 13 years of my life, so I actually have an in-depth amount of Bible knowledge. Bet you didn't expect that. My dad was a priest. I've seen how the sausage is made. I know scripture. Bet you didn't see that coming. I'm an atheist. Anyways, crazy that God drowned the world and set up the rainbow to not do it again, but didn't bother not drowning the world. Break some eggs. Yeah. Yeah, break some eggs. Just the way it is. You can't not drown a few people. That's the nature of the Bible. A pool in a car seems unsafe, but limos do it all the time. Do Orthodox Christians take religious studies in elementary and middle school too? I didn't. I went to public school. I just because of my family's involvement with the church, I was just privy to all that knowledge. And like I did go to Sunday school, but it was very minimal. Yeah. So I have a lot of passive knowledge about that kind of stuff. And so that's when I'm like, I'm pretty sure that was one of Noah's kids. That's where that comes from. That whole thing is interesting. We're making the mother of all omelets Jack, maybe God. God was a senator? I had no idea. I don't get pools and like water slides and water parks on cruise ships. Talked about Poisson distributions and stats recently, and you're like, that's the vtuber. Yeah. Can you believe that there's a whole distribution and there's formulas named after me? I'm so famous. I can't believe how famous I am. Your parents used to make you go to church as a kid until the whole spotlight report thing came out. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that's Catholicism for you. That's a reason Catholicism has the rap that it has, is that kind of stuff. Yeah. I wasn't in that sect of Christianity. So, don't worry, I was safe. I don't know. And at the end of the day, you could always, you know, believe what you want to believe. Just please be nice to others. Please be nice to others. That's the moral at the end of the day. I did discover something, Cheese. I discovered that you're married to Zeb. So in other words, I discovered that you're in the closet. Finger guns. And yeah, just please be nice to each other. Thumbs up. Oh, and also, I want to say, hold on, I want just an offshoot real quick, because it popped into my head. Anime said something about, in the Discord, about me saying sussier stuff than what they said about the Switch 2. Anything I have said, I'm pretty confident has been, like, subtle. Like, I've made jokes, sure, but I've never directly said anything like that. So, you know, check yourself. Everyone's overtaken with the beauty of a sunset. They considered going to church, but unfortunately the enlightenment high lasted for about 3 hours, and then you're like, nah, try ecstasy. That should last for about 6. But yeah, so please don't, like, it's like, that's the thing. Don't just say stuff like that, please. Don't just be like, hey, how much blank? Look, I might be freaky, but that's brand only. Please not associate me with such people as yourself. It's subtle, is the point. Like it's a pun. Like, I'll say something that can be interpreted in a way, and it's your choice. I'm just aware of the fact that y'all are watching a VTuber, so you will interpret it that way. I'm aware of my audience. I'm just saying, I'm asking my audience to be a bit more subtle, like I am. No, because that, I don't know. No, not subtle. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm digging myself into a hole here. Anything I say is gonna make it worse. I'm digging myself into a hole. I'm gonna just shut up about that. Subtle interesting. Yeah, I'll just shut up. You will subtly commit various crimes. Well, if you tell people you're committing them, it's not very subtle now, is it? You're just committing the crimes. That's not how to subtly do stuff. I don't understand the YouTube algorithm at all. One day I might. But that day is not this day. You will continue to talk about your research in funny ways. Subtlety! I'm fine with talking about research. That's the thing. Wait a minute. I don't know. You guys aren't people. You're the funny chat members. Exactly. You guys are You see this? You guys are these text boxes that float by. You float by me, and that's what you are. The entirety of your existence can be summed up into those few inches of screen. You will be judged. Your existence shall be summed up and judged by a few inches. This music's so slow. I know it's supposed to be like SMT music to study to. Feel sad. I need more playlists. I need new playlists. I haven't heard the Gwent one in a while. I listen to Gwent music because I haven't listened to that in forever. Is currently Witcher 3's uninstalled. I had to make room for Borderlands 4. To be fair, your self-identity doesn't extend much further beyond making quips and liking math. I mean, those are things you like then. If you think about it, I became an anime boy with the whole gimmick of liking math. That's how most things start off. You start off as a gimmick, and then you become three-dimensional. That's what it is when you make any character. This assumes that people are not real and just characters. Can you imagine chat members as people? Jay looks like one of those South Spanish muscular hot dudes, by the way, just FYI. I have a friend who, I think I mentioned it before, recently, or like the last like 2 years or few years, started working out like crazy. People used to call him a twink, and he hated it. And so he started working out a ton, and now he's jacked. And now he's basically like Goku, where he's trying to find someone stronger than him, but he only wants someone stronger than him because that's the only man he'll be attracted to. But he keeps working out more and more and more, it just keeps getting buffer and buffer and stuff. He's like, I won't be happy until I'm dating someone who's even stronger than me. Okay. Knock yourself out, Chief, but good luck. I don't know. It's also crazy because he's both a gym bro and like a huge STEM major. Like, he's currently getting a master's in like computer something. What is his master's in? It was an image processing course that he sent me the textbook of because he thought I would like it. Absolutely wild dating standards, but okay. Exactly. He's like, you have to beat me in a Dragon Ball fight. He's trying to imitate his ideal crush. Isn't that how most high schoolers mature and become a better person? He's 24, yeah, he's 24. He's currently getting his master's degree. He's getting his PhD, actually. Yeah, he's getting his PhD. So, I don't know what you mean about how high schoolers mature, because he's well into adulthood. I think he's just, I don't know. But that's also, that's you know, my 2 cents is that you shouldn't, I don't know. It feels weird. Maybe this is just me. It feels weird to like seek out a specific type of person as a partner instead of just having partners naturally occur. But again, that's my mentality, and I've come to realize that not everyone shares my mentality. Orthopedic surgeons are just the highest ranking members of the local stonemasons guild. Bones are just weird, delicate rocks. Exactly. They're just calcium rocks. They're just strange shaped calcium rocks. You've never seen an orthopedic surgeon that wasn't absolutely ripped? Ooh. I've never seen an orthopedic surgeon. Hold on while I double check something. What's a peanut? Okay, yeah. Fun fact, rolling release Linux distros often have updates of negative size. That's cool. Because, like, compression? You know. Who doesn't want to be compressed? Shrunk did and whatnot. That's cool. That's funny that it would be listed as negative size, though. Compression optimization, that's awesome. You know, I need to just spend time. I need to spend time getting update remove tracking software left in there. Oops. I know, it's right up next to the removed hero brine in the patch notes. I'm curious. This is unrelated, but I'm curious to hear what Cheese's imitation of my intro is. I hope at some point he records it and then posts it on, like, the Discord. Hey, it's Poisson Variants, your VTuber math lover gamer and nonsense enjoyer. And then usually I follow it up with something, but that's only if I'm, like, playing a game and I'm like, and today, Witcher, and today, water park owner. I don't have that game, but if I did, I probably wouldn't play it. I don't know, I've never cared for those, like, simulator store games. Like, Supermarket Simulator did not seem interesting to me. Water Park Simulator does not seem interesting to me. Instead, I gotta play intensive games. Like a Beltmatic. I see a notification go off in the freaking Discord, and I just hop over there to see what you sent, Jay. That's beautiful. That's amazing. That is, in fact, what 9 divided by 11. Farming sim stream. Probably never. I do have The Sims 4. I've never played The Sims, but I have The Sims 4. Oh my god, I could make myself, I could make other VTubers, I could make you guys. My interpretation of what each of you should look like, I can make as Sims. I'm terrible at character creators, though. I have no ability to use them well. That's why my Soulsborne characters always look horrible. I try to make them look like just kind of generic and fine, because if I actually mess with the sliders in a Soulsborne game, they become monsters very quickly. I'm playing Sunset Overdrive, and Sunset Overdrive just has, like, pre-made faces, and I'm so thankful for it. Sunset Overdrive is a weirdly fun game. It's, like, so fast-paced. I love it. Simulators are for the weak-willed who refuse to open a real supermarket for a video. That sounds like it'd be a Mr. Beast video. I open up a supermarket. I've never seen a Mr. Beast video, but yesterday I was sitting somewhere and it was just directly in front of a giant wall that had a giant Mr. Beast ad on it, and I was just like, ugh. And it was at the end of a very long day, and so I was just, like, sitting there, half asleep, staring at this Mr. Beast wall. Ugh. You view any character creator as the devs challenging you to make the worst looking monster you can. I know, if you can make something worse looking than when you, like, do all the sliders to max, that means you've achieved something beautiful. That's where the true art, because the true art form isn't just in maxing out the sliders, it's in carefully maxing out the sliders, selectively maxing out the sliders to make something horrifying. You ever see that tweet that says Mr. Beast has 4 to 5 poor people entombed at any time? Sounds like he siphons power from them. That's how he gets his money. He keeps them poor by absorbing their life force and generates cash with it. Superpower. You have to utilize it only to make clickbait, though. I've never seen any of his stuff. I don't know what he does. I have no interest. I never really cared about any of the like big YouTubers. I've never seen PewDiePie. He was just like the biggest person in the world when I was growing up. And YouTubers, and I never saw him. Anime game gacha creators are easier to make money? Oh yeah. Free wealth generation? I should make one. Yeah, that should be a senior project for someone. How to trick an entire college into getting scammed out of hundreds of thousands of dollars by making a viral anime game. If your teacher wails on it, you automatically get an A. and you know, their credit card information to an extent. This is what business majors do. Is it what business majors? I don't know what business majors do. Like that. Am I thinking of communications majors? One of those degrees. It's either like business or communications, or like, I think accounting majors. Where it's kind of like, I needed to go to college to get a degree. And then you're like, I selected that one. It's the default degree. Like, that's the... excuse me. That's the, like fighter. That's like the human... No! Is the human... the male human fighter is cool. The business major is, like, generic. It's like the infantry class that the game starts you out as. What degree does someone in HR get? That's a good question. Being able to talk to people. I feel like you could have a lot of different degrees to fit into an HR role. Because I feel like HR handles a lot of stuff. It just has to be a degree that trains you to be disliked by your company. That, and if you go into IT. Go into IT with the understanding that people will ask the stupidest questions and that you should not be helpful. That's the dream. Go into IT and be like, alright, so I have to go into the assumption that everyone's an idiot. HR management, they have their own major? Do I need an HR degree to work in HR? Need a license to be an accountant, so it's kind of like a nursing degree. Right. Where there's like accounting degrees, but there's also accounting licenses. And I don't know how they play with one another, because there's also like nursing degrees, because there's like nursing programs, and I don't know if those are for licenses or for degrees specifically, but yeah. Hey, look up, so even DuckDuckGo has it. Yeah, everything has it. It's annoying. You need an HR degree to work in HR. Let's see how to get into the HR field. What skills are essential for HR roles if I don't have a degree? Strong communication, interpersonal skills, organizational ability, problem solving, proficiency with HR software or system. That's what I should do. Maybe I should just quit my job and go work in HR. That'd be fine with being hated. HR manager can only get fired by Big Boss. Like Solid Snake. That's why so many of them sleep. That why? I can't imagine. I don't understand that. I don't... like, I don't understand... maybe, again, that's just me. I'm also someone who doesn't really understand like one night stands and stuff. So that is out of my realm of understanding. Because that, I don't know, that feels like such a personal, vulnerable thing. I wouldn't ever want to share that level of vulnerability with any of my coworkers, especially my boss. Heck no. You wouldn't mind HR positions much if it wasn't for the HR also does recruiting for programs. Like, I don't get why HR does a lot of the, like, I get why HR does a lot of onboarding stuff. But like, I feel like a lot of the interviews, I would want interviews done by people who will be supervising or like supervisors for that position and supervisors for related positions. People who have actual experience in said position. And then the onboarding crap, yeah, that can all be HR because that's just, you know, paperwork and logistics and whatever. But I don't, please don't like, or have someone from HR present there to interview, but like, please have specialists. Yeah. Plus also just getting like tech jobs is so rough right now. There's a number of positions I'm looking for that aren't really tech, but are also very rough. I feel like I'm very qualified for them, but that's also job market in general. Applying for positions, getting rejected from positions. God, I sent a job application for something that looked interesting today. Because like even though I have a job, I'm always kind of like fishing for better stuff. And one of the questions was like, describe a situation where you where you solved a problem by thinking outside of the box using data. Like, that's so freaking vague. And so I'm like, well, technically, I have a publication that uses a known method in a way that it hasn't been used for a prediction of something that hasn't been used on in a format that it hasn't been used on. So technically, I thought outside of the box. Because in order for something to be published, it has to be notable and contribute. So I contributed. So there you go. There's my thinking outside of the box. Describe to us how you innovate. That's what I hate about like mission statements. Half a generation was raised and birthed with the goal of working for Google one day. Yeah, exactly. Everyone just kind of went under, like, so many people grew up with the assumption of like, oh, I'm gonna work in tech. I'm gonna be a programmer. And there's also like a misconception of what those are like, where it's like time to hack, and that's. Let me see if I can find the video. The funny video. Let me find it. Yeah, it's this guy. This is a good example. Uploads entire manuscript. Exactly. And I just think of this whenever I think of like software engineering jobs.
Shit. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm reading.
So that's yeah, whatever I think of whenever I think of current tech jobs. And that's also been like my experience whenever I'm writing code. I'll like make something it looks good to me. Exactly. It's just like, yeah, sure, why not? When I was writing my code for my work, for my publication, you know, I would send it over to my supervisor. And I'd have, you know, everything commented and noted and whatnot. And it was also mostly in Python, where they primarily worked in R. And they would look at it and be like, I don't really know what I'm looking at, but I'll run it if you send me the script to run it. And then I sent the script to run it and everything, and they're like, all right, this looks good. All right. I'll look over your code, and I think they got the gist of it. I label everything, so, you know, that. You felt that good 30-year-old job was fiddling around to get it to work based off vibes and gut feeling. That's what someone had said, where it's like 80% of programming jobs are copying stuff off of the internet, and then the other 20% is just kind of vibes. So unrealistic, he actually opened the tab that shows the code before approving it. I know, he's just gonna approve pull requests and just be like, sure, if it doesn't run, it's probably something else did. Yes, yeah, I'm sorry I didn't even say hi. Hi, Zeno! Hi! I hope you are well. I hope classes have been well. Continue to be well. Ugh. Or even continue to be Aquifer. Ooh, a trip. All across Europa? Wait, wrong one. But I've always wanted to go to Europa. I hate Earth. But that's a different problem. Someday I'll get rid of Earth. But that's neither here nor there. It's mainly there. But not here. That's the important part. But that's also Zach's gimmick. I don't want to steal his gimmick. Oh, God. My arms are sore just from carrying bags and leather jackets around all day. Continue to be groundwater deposit. Exactly. I hope you're groundwater deposit. I hope you're aquifer. I mean, well. Stupid chem class you had today again. Data analysis, and came to the conclusion everyone's an idiot and all the class's data shows nothing except that. I think that's some good data though. That checks out. That checks out. My model on my phone was going nuts for a second. May your aquifers be well. Just to a nearby city in the US, not around the EU. There's actually one branch of programs that don't use the internet autocomplete, but they seem to be incompatible with work environments. What does that mean? What does that mean? That the people who stay in their house all day? Best example was a guy I knew in college who got into a master's program. Oh, you're talking about furries. Oh. Yeah. Based. I don't know. I know furries who are terrible at programming, but they're good artists. So I think that's one or the other. I think furries either devote into programming or art. Not all furries are excellent coders. You can't code for Then Jay, what do you specialize in? Is there a third secret furry specialization? Have you tried making your own fursuits? That's a form of art. I don't know. I don't know the I know them, but haven't really interacted much in the community, or at all in the community. But I know furries, so some are both. To be fair, that's true. I mean, yeah. If you kind of like lock out the socialization entirely, and then just kind of focus entirely on doing stuff, then you can do both. Although I don't know, like, I I guess that would be if you have a job that's if you have a job that's like work from home. Part of me wants to get like a work from home job, but at the same time I think I'll just get cabin fever from it. Because it's happened before when I've stayed home for months. I hated it. Dog, you just want to lay in a big pile of people wearing fursuits. It seems fun. To honestly sound like they're heavy. They're heavy and hot. So if you're fine with overheating, big fluffy group sleep. I don't know, be that guy. Have you tried just like buying a bunch of body pillows, and just like a bunch of pillows and blankets, and like building your own little nest in your bed? That's what I do. Nests are great. And then you don't have to worry about the other people existing. I don't know. Like I'm fine with physical interaction, like hugs and stuff, but not with strangers. I'm not willing to cuddle with people who I'm not close friends with. If I am close friends with you, then yes, I'm willing to cuddle. Not close friends? Get the fuck out. Alright, we just swear there, I don't know. It hit me. Very sick of just electronics too. They can build a fursuit with Aircon in it. That's true. Yeah, I mean, yeah, double down. Again, that's like a form of art, but like more engineering focused. So maybe that's the third furry brand. Programmer, artist, engineer. The other people are important part. You want them there, but you don't want to talk to them. Jay, I think we're uncovering something deeper with that, your interests, but I'll let you go into that with your own experiences on your own time. You can figure that out for yourself. Just to afford fursuits, their pilots and such. Yeah, like, so I mean, if you make your own, but even crafting stuff is expensive and expertise. But there are people who craft them and then sell them. But it's also the kind of thing where it's like, I don't know how many you would be able to sell consistently. That's what's hard about being like an artist, is that you have to be able to get money consistency. On today's episode, the rioters barely disguised fetish. Yeah, it's called basically any isekai anime. The Kabibasta that's like, help, I'm a nuclear engineering, too many furries are hitting on you. Why do you think you're doing all this nuclear stuff? That's why you became a VTuber who did nuclear. You're like, oh, I can find a cross section. I mean, that's a game plan if there ever was one. You know, I tried to start a math community. I accidentally just started a gay programmer community, and I don't really know where to go from there. It is what it is. Author ReZero has a torture fetish for the way he shares it. For the way he treats the protagonist. Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's like how the author of Shield Hero definitely has like a slavery thing. It's creepy. It's creepy. It'll become a furry community eventually. You say like that, like there's... Not all mathematicians are gay programmers, Daddy. The VTubing part of your channel is like putting a bit of mud on water. Now the entire water's mud. I know, I make math videos that are like I try to be informative and helpful. It's like if you want actual like information, then watch the videos. If you want my VTubing content, watch the shorts. That's kind of the breakdown. The shorts don't say anything mathy. The shorts are just, this is a clip of what the streams are like. Not a gay programmer literally coded in Rust. And I'm gonna do it again. As my Wednesday plan is to do Rust a second time. Oh. Yeah, I only have one video that's actually like a snapshot of how I act on stream. And that's part of the thing where it's like that's why I want to nerd it up more on stream, and why I'm like fine with doing the programming stuff, and like why I'm really glad I did the textbook review. Because during the textbook review, I got to just like nerd it up. I got to really delve into a bunch of processes and learning types and just like different aspects of how I learn and how I've seen other people learn, and the way information is presented, that's all kind of stuff, and the way like certain topics are presented, and the importance of different topics in relation to timelines and stuff. I had a ton of fun doing that. I love doing that. It's a well-known fact that has improved Rust skills. I know, I'm for my for my next Rust on Wednesday, I'm gonna like get home from work, I'm gonna set up stream, and I'm gonna have to put on thigh highs in order to improve my Rust programming. I have to wear my thigh highs for my programming stream. Hawk nerdua intelligence on that thing. Exactly, that's what I want to do more of. I have fun doing it. But I also know that, like, I don't know. I like being nerdy, but I also like interacting, because the mess that my brain is, I think I communicate well during my streams, because this is how I think, is kind of just nonsense spewing at people. The fourth tag in my thing, vtuber. You can see that because I'm anime. Math lover. I make these math videos. Gamer. I play video games. Nonsense enjoyer. Any of my clips. Is a fork in the road. One is be a silly VTuber, the others do nerdy math, so they both immediately rejoin and lead to furries. The unavoidable, that's the pipeline. That's the unavoidable pipeline, just leads to furries always. Yeah, kinda. Listen, I may have a hat that has cat ears on it. I may be wearing headphones both in the virtual world and the real world that have cat ears on it. There's no but to this. This is just an admission of guilt. There's only one path, and it's the path you walk down. That path is labeled furries. I know, I had no idea. Illusion of studying STEM. Illusion of free choice. These parts, all roads lead to furry. I mean, kind of. Listen. I'm not saying you're right, but yeah. Listen, it's just a byproduct of higher education. Higher education makes you a furry. Therefore, there could never be a furry degree because that would be too much. It would just be every discipline. Guys, I hope I can get out of Rome. All these roads keep circling back. That's good. God damn it! You're just stuck there for weeks, just like, everything circles back. This is horrible. You're just in a roundabout. That's all Rome was. It's just Rome, the Colosseum, was just a big roundabout at the center of Rome. Do you wonder how the Orthodox 13-year-old you would react to this conversation right now? Well, that one, by 13, I didn't really care. So let's say, like, the younger than that, we'll say, like, 7 years old, 8 years old. Probably ask why I'm so gay. No, but probably would say, you look gay. Because I'm wearing cat ears. I hate pink. I hate pink. I mean, I love pink. Am I gonna have to get a new background, or am I like change the shades of these backgrounds? I don't know. They're different groups of people in STEM. Oh, totally. I once made my friend in a college. I caught him off guard because we were doing homework. And he made a comment or like a joke about furries being weird. And as I'm just like writing on a whiteboard, I go, actually, furries aren't as weird as you think. They're just normal people. They're, you know, it has a negative connotation due to specific instances, but it's actually not what most people think it is. And then he just like kind of like slowly turned to me, and I just stared back at him blankly, and then just went back to writing on the board. I love doing that stuff because it psyched him out, and then he didn't know what to do with it. And then yeah, I would always refer to my partner as my partner, and I made no indication of gender. And he at one point was at some point I knew he wasn't sure of my sexuality. And then he makes a comment about made like a joke about me possibly being gay, and then he goes, and I still don't know if you are. And I'm like, and it's gonna stay that way. Your old biochem professor won like $100 in an Overwatch tournament? That's awesome. I'm also sorry that your old biochem professor was playing Overwatch. I said, as someone who has like 300 plus hours in Overwatch. I know what you are, exactly. Something about interacting with people of other backgrounds to read their books or clone their repos changes a man to brave. I know, the second you go on the Stack Overflow, the second you make a GitHub, it's over. You've started down the one-way pipeline, and it doesn't stop. Yeah. Still in the process of trying to get a better job while also working towards grad school. Shut up. And it is never easy. I'm making sure that I don't have that. I don't want to accidentally pay like $100 down the road. Account settings, subscription. I think I canceled. Subscription is canceled and won't be. Okay, cool. I'll have access to March 2026. Cool. It was Robotics Day, and someone made a joke about straight guys that my friend looked around and was like, "Yeah, there's not a single straight person there." Why you in robotics, huh? Trying to make a robot? You're trying to make a male robot to kiss? You're trying to practice kissing boys with a male robot? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why you're in robotics, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. And you do have to pay $100? Oh god. Don't do it. Don't pay $100. It's not worth it. What is this, Jay? What is this? You made a freaking strong radiation source. What does that mean? Because I feel like, again, that could be anything. That could be like a solar panel. That could be a phone. Be a microwave. It could just be some delicious asbestos. I don't like asbestos. I do like bleach, though. Bleach is... God, I love bleach so much. I've talked about this before, but I will talk about it again. I love just... Back when I worked in a restaurant, we had a dishwasher that ran super fast to clean all the glasses. Ugh. You open it and just... This explosion of bleach smoke. Steam. Oh. Right in my face, and I would just like sit there for a few seconds just enjoying it. I love it. Don't think asbestos is radioactive. Well, there's a reason I'm not a chemist, Jay. The other day, someone said, well, it's a good thing, you know, like, I'm not a mathematician. I said, well, don't worry, I can't name a single chemical formula. And they were like, water. And I was like, oh, W-A-T-E-R. Not some detector, like 300 times stronger than that. Or not a smoke detector. Geiger counter. Geiger counter. Bleach's DIY cologne confirmed? Yes. Remember, if you're ever feeling down, bleach. It will, in fact, solve the problem. It will clean up your problems. Or bleach on yourself. God. Okay. I unironically tried to buy a bleach-scented candle once. And, like... There was a Christmas, I put a bleach-scented candle on my Christmas list, and I think my family thought it was a joke. Like, eh. Radiation is homemade. Is there a factory? A bomb factory. It's a bomb. I know a Geiger counter is the detector, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man, woman, them, whatever you are right now. It's marketed to remove static shards since radiation makes the air around it conductive. That's cool. I've always wanted to conduct radiation, like Bugs Bunny, and that's I don't really know anything about whatever cartoon he's from. Is that Looney Tunes? Santa's elves are carpenters that can't make bleach-scented candle. Why not? I thought Santa was supposed to be magic. He can make an Xbox. Why can't he make bleach candles? Here I am. A bleach-soaked cloth? Don't, no. That's dangerous, Jay. Keep bleach away from your orifices. Except if inhaling it. Then huff bleach. I love huffing blue. Poisson has never heard about the nuclear Boy Scout. What? We'll be using it to not abuse certain loopholes in nuclear non-proliferation regulations. This is not suspicious. Well, if you say it's not suspicious, then I have no reason to doubt you. I 100% believe that that is not suspicious. That is all on the level. The level just happens to be DEFCON 1. I actually did have something planned for today, and I realized I didn't want to do it. Also has to do with, like, it's just a lot of work. I'm tired today. I'll just do it on my own time. I was gonna bring you guys with me as I... Nuclear Boy Scout. What? Boy Scout built a nuclear reactor in his backyard. Wow, that's something. You'll be doing it legally. That's why loopholes live within an hour. Yeah, just hope you guys don't live within an hour of each other and you're safe. As if the cops, like, you're like, this vtuber is making a nuclear reactor. And the cop's response will be, this what? Well, it's an anime person. Wikipedia. Okay. Nuclear Boy Scout was American nuclear radiation was built home in 1917. Backyard, Michigan. Breeder reactor. During a stop for a separate matter. One of them, the material of the radioactive content for the might have an atomic bomb. Oh, that's a sad ending. That's a sad ending to that story. Violate any laws, you've been extremely careful in this, and have spent months researching legal at this point. That makes sense. I mean, yeah, if you're handling that kind of stuff, don't play with fire. Don't play with radiation. Play with legal radiation. Really, you could pay some law student $40 on Fiverr. I mean, yeah. You could. But I don't think that'll solve your problems. I think ultimately you would just playing with fire is like a chemist's main thing. Well, there's a reason I'm not a chemist, okay? The reason I'm not a chemist. If I was a chemist, then I would have, I don't know. Do I count as a chemist because I was one of the kids who had mixed together all the sodas at a fountain? Does that make me a chemist? That in the realm of molecular gastronomy? I don't think so, but if it was... Non-certified chemist right here. It would always taste gross, so I don't know why I bothered to do it. No one's a chemist willingly. Yeah, they only do it if they have, like, lung cancer. Why Walter White actually got his teaching degree. It's close enough. Alright, yeah, I'm a molecular gastronomist. Certified. Do not trust the legal counsel of Fiverr and Upwork LLC on freaking nuclear non-proliferation law. You're telling me that some law student wouldn't have in-depth knowledge on the ins and outs of nuclear and radioactive law? Bro, I don't even think they're up to date on parking tickets. You just need someone you can shift the blame onto. Oh, in that case, yeah. Get the law student and say that they greenlit it, and then they'll get in trouble. Be like, they gave me all this forged paperwork. Forged paperwork, forge someone else's signature on it, and then say that that person gave it to you. You always want to do the thing where you mix different blood types and they clot. Get two people of different blood types. Yourself and someone else. Slice open, pour it in a bucket. Watch the magic happen. My chemistry advice 101. I'd be a great chemistry TA. How do you balance these electrons? I don't know, man. Just mix blood. Jay, how much blood do you need? You'll send him as much as you want. And here I thought you were gonna send him other fluids. No. I feel like I'd be a pretty good, like, calculus TA. I'm hoping that my master's program, I'm hoping that I get to teach something like calc. I'd like to teach calc. That'd be fun. I really don't want something like... Oh, what calculus would I want? You'd have to hire another Fiverr lawyer. So the first Fiverr lawyer you hire for $40, and the second Fiverr lawyer you hire for $45, so that they're slightly better and can blame the first lawyer. But, you know, a $95 investment plus tip, so... You have to tip your lawyers. I've never been in legal trouble, so I don't know. I don't know the logistics on lawyer tipping. Is that considered lawyer bribery? Like tipping in the UK is bad habits? You want to teach stuff too? We'll see. Yeah, we'll see if you get caught beforehand. If you mix this and this, and I blew up the classroom. Funny enough, actually related to that, what I was initially gonna do in this stream, and I'm just tired, so I don't feel like doing it. I was gonna... Hospitals will give you the expired blood if you ask nicely how your grandma kept her rosa growing nicely. Oh my god. That was awesome. I should go to my local hospital and ask. Ooh-wooify my ask, and I bet I can get free blood. Just gotta find the furries in the hospital techs. No, what I was gonna do is I was gonna basically lesson plan on stream. I was playing my next video. But I was like, meh. You just need a third Fiverr lawyer to determine if tipping lawyers is okay. Why are your grandma's roses carnivorous? I feel like... I mean... It, like, won't plants eat a decomposing body? So, I feel like blood is in the same vein. Vein. I feel like blood is in the same vein as decomposing corpses to feed your budding blossoms. Tip your judges. Just tip everyone. I think what I'm describing right now, or we're describing, is a paying off legal counsel, but I think iron content is good for them. Oh, yeah. I don't know flower behaviors well enough to say anything on that. Good. The judge is on your father's payroll. Does that count as a tip? I'd say yes. It's an advanced tip. It's a hereditary tip. Generational tip. So close enough. It's like paying for the person's, you know, drive-through order behind you. You're paying off. You're tipping the judge for your kid to go free. Same sort of idea. Biogeochemistry class. Sounds like a great final project. Yeah, step 1. Get a dead body. Step 2. Roses. Then you'd be like, roses are red, blood is red, put the two together, that guy's not dead, and then boom, you got yourself a final project, an A+, and a lifelong sentence in a prison cell. 3 days, it's better than a job, three meals a day. Your landlord from you lives rent check to rent check, have some sympathy. Oh, yeah, totally. Get a real fucking job. I don't like landlords. Oh, God. Okay. I might actually call it extra early here. Just because I am very out of it today. And I told you this morning I was like barely able to stay on my feet. I was just like, and I have to go to the gym tomorrow morning. So I'm probably actually going to call it here. Play a little bit of Arcades and then go to bed really early. Because I also gotta wash my hair tonight. Ugh. Yeah. And because I didn't end up doing my planned stuff. What would 7-year-old Christian Poisson think of my hatred of the owning class? He would have no comment on it. He would be like, I want to play with sticks and Nerf guns outside. I want to watch Star Wars The Phantom Menace 8 times, which I definitely did as a child. Just kidding, I watched it like 200 times. Anyways, I have been Poisson Variants, your VTuber Mother Gamer, and Nonsense. I will see you on Wednesday for more Rust coding, and unfortunately that means I will have to wear thigh highs for that stream, but you will not get to see them, so you'll just have to take on my good faith that I'm wearing them. Anyways, thanks for watching, and bye-bye!